On the northern west side of Manchester lays a desolate urban landscape, reminiscent of a scene from a post-apocalyptic film. Lonely parking lots, bloated gutters, decomposing street lamps, and stretches of road desperately fighting off nature's relentless takeback. But why is this here? How has so much infrastructure been left to rot, and in such a remote location on Manchester's city limits? Well, it begins in the 1960s. The University of New Hampshire opened a new branch called the Merrimack Valley College, located right off Hackett Hill Road. It was in this building, previously known as French Hall, admin offices, and classrooms. It saw average success, but nonetheless, UNH proceeded to purchase the 830-acre parcel behind French Hall with plans of building a complete Manchester campus.
The plans were tabled for over a decade before the college finally broke ground in the 1980s, laying roadways, adding parking lots, burying sewer lines, and installing electricity into the entire development. But the progress stopped there, as UNH turned their attention to developing a second Manchester branch in the Mill Yard. UNH Manchester now offered classes on the Hill and in the Mill. But by 1998, UNH Manchester had lost all interest in pursuing its Hackett Hill campus and its prospective developments, and they sold French Hall and the 830 acres back to the city.
While the French Hall building was purchased by JPSA Laser in the 90s, the bones of the premature campus, however, were left dormant. In 2009, the Manchester Economic Development Strategic Plan mentioned a possible development of this land, but was never put into action. In 2011, it sold to a realty company for $2.8 million, with visions of being developed into the Northwest Business Park at Hackett Hill. That, too, saw no avail. So why has this half-baked development struggled so greatly to find its economic success? The answer lies in its next-door neighbor, the Manchester Cedar Swamp. After the relocation of the UNH Manchester campus, an agreement was reached in 1999 between the city, the EPA, and the New Hampshire Department of Environmental Services to put aside $5.6 million for environmental projects, including $2 million to protect the cedar swamps.
The Atlantic white cedar tree that calls these swamps home can live up to 1,000 years old, grow 120 feet tall, and their wood grows very, very straight. It's lightweight and very rot resistant, making them ideal for building things like boats and barrels, which is what they were primarily used for in the 1600s. It was actually colonial America's very first export back to England, and because of this and agricultural land repurposing, more than 80% of the Atlantic white cedar swamps are now completely gone out of the United States.
So the Hackett Hill campus that never was and never will be has been passed largely over as a sanctuary. But the wilting urban artifacts remain in the hands of the city, the economic skeleton of a long-dead idea locked away in a wooded sarcophagus with an undetermined future.